Hello dear friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you have ever felt guilty for not doing enough, if you have ever called yourself lazy, weak, or undisciplined, then today's video is going to change the way you see yourself completely. What if I tell you that you are not lazy at all? What if the real reason you cannot focus, cannot start, and cannot stay consistent is something nobody has explained to you properly? You feel tired without working. You feel stressed without achieving anything. You plan everything but execute nothing. And slowly you start believing that something is wrong with you. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might stop hating yourself for something that was never your fault. In today's world, we are constantly told to work harder, wake up earlier, push more, grind more, hustle more. Every motivational video screams the same message. If you are not moving fast, you are lazy. If you are not productive, you are wasting your life. But nobody talks about what happens when your brain is overloaded with you much information, you many goals, and you many comparisons. You wake up with 10 different ambitions in your mind. Improve English. Start gym. Learn a new skill. Build a side income. Post content. Fix your habits. Be confident. Be ahead. Be better. And by the end of the day, you feel exhausted without completing even one of them. Then you blame yourself. You say, I am lazy. I have no discipline. I will never change. But what if laziness is not the problem? What if mental overload is the real enemy? The lie you believe about yourself. The biggest lie you believe is that your lack of action means lack of character. You think that because you delay starting, because you scroll instead of working, because you plan more than you execute, you must be lazy. Slowly, this belief becomes your identity. You stop saying, I am procrastinating. You start saying, I am a procrastinator. You stop saying, I am distracted today. You start saying, I am a distracted person. That small shift is dangerous. Once something becomes your identity, you stop fighting it. Now pause and observe what really happens when you try to start something important. It is not silence. It is not emptiness. It is noise. Thoughts about whether you are good enough. Thoughts about whether others are ahead of you. Thoughts about whether your effort will even work. Thoughts about all the other goals you should also be working on. Your brain is not calm when you avoid action. It is overloaded. We live in a world where you see successful people every day. Someone is earning early. Someone is fluent in multiple languages. Someone transformed their body. Someone built something impressive. Even if you do not consciously compare, your brain absorbs it. Pressure builds silently. You start feeling behind without realizing why. Now add your own expectations. Improve English. Start exercising. Learn a new skill. Build income. Fix habits. Become confident. All of these are good goals. But when you try to chase all of them at once, your brain feels pulled in different directions. That mental tension creates fatigue before you even begin. Imagine Daniel. He wants to improve his spoken English, apply for better opportunities, start working out, and build something online. Every day he plans. Every day he watches helpful content. Every day he promises himself that tomorrow will be different. But when tomorrow comes, he feels heavy and distracted. By night, he says, I am lazy. But Daniel is not lazy. His mind is overloaded with pressure, comparison, and unfinished plans. When the brain feels overloaded, it looks for relief. The fastest relief is easy distraction. Scrolling, watching, avoiding. Not because you are weak, but because your brain is protecting itself from stress. Then guilt appears. And guilt drains even more energy. So, before you label yourself again, Ask this question seriously. Am I truly lazy? Or is my mind simply carrying more than it can handle? How mental overload destroys your focus and confidence. Mental overload does not look dramatic. It looks normal. That is why it is dangerous. You wake up and immediately check your phone. Within minutes, your brain consumes news, reels, success stories, opinions, productivity advice, and comparisons. Before you even start your own work, your mind is already processing more information than it can handle. Every piece of information creates a small decision in your brain. Should I try this? Should I learn that? Should I change my routine? Should I wake up earlier? Should I switch goals? These constant micro-decisions drain mental energy. This is called decision fatigue. The more decisions you make, the weaker your ability to take meaningful action becomes. Now combine decision fatigue with unrealistic expectations. You want fast progress. You want visible results. You want to feel ahead. When progress feels slow, doubt appears. Doubt turns into overthinking. Overthinking creates more mental noise. And that noise blocks execution. Focus is not lost because you lack discipline. Focus is lost because your brain is juggling too many open loops. Unfinished tasks. Unclear priorities. Half-learned skills. Constant comparison. When everything feels important, nothing feels clear. And when nothing feels clear, the brain freezes. Confidence also starts to shrink silently. Every time you plan but do not execute, your brain records it as evidence. Evidence that you do not follow through. Evidence that you are inconsistent. Over time, this weakens self-trust. And once self-trust weakens, even small tasks start feeling heavy. Imagine Daniel again. He watches 3 different videos about improving English. One says focus on grammar. One says focus on speaking. One says focus on vocabulary. Now he is confused. He spends more time deciding the perfect method than actually practicing. At the end of the week, he feels like he did something, but he made no real progress. That confusion drains confidence more than failure ever could. Mental overload creates a cycle. Too much input leads to confusion. Confusion leads to inaction. Inaction leads to guilt. Guilt leads to lower confidence. Lower confidence makes starting harder. And the cycle repeats. You do not break this cycle by pushing harder. You break it by reducing the load. The reset method that clears mental noise. If mental overload is the problem, then the solution is not more motivation. The solution is reduction. Not adding more systems. Not adding more goals. Reducing the weight your brain is carrying. Step 1 is brutal but necessary. Cut 80% of your goals. Not forever, but for now. You cannot improve everything at the same time. You cannot build confidence, master English, transform your body, learn a new skill, and start earning more money all in 1 month. Choose one area. Only one. The rest are paused. Not deleted. Paused. This immediately reduces mental tension. Step 2 is the one focus rule for 30 days. For the next 30 days, you give your primary energy to that one chosen goal. If it is spoken English, then daily speaking practice becomes your non-negotiable action. If it is fitness, then daily movement becomes your anchor habit. No switching methods every week. No chasing new strategies. Repetition builds clarity. Clarity builds confidence. Step 3 is action before consumption. This rule alone can change everything. Before watching any motivational video, before scrolling, before researching new techniques, you must complete your daily action. Output first. Input later. When you reverse this order, your brain stops drowning in information and starts building evidence of progress. This method works because it rebuilds self-trust. Every day you complete one clear action. Your brain records success. Not massive success. Small success. But small repeated wins are what restore confidence. Remember Daniel. Instead of trying to improve everything, he chooses only spoken English for 30 days. 30 minutes of speaking practice daily. No switching methods. No binge-watching advice. Just practice. After 1 week, he feels slightly clearer. After 2 weeks, he notices improvement. After 1 month, he trusts himself more. Not because he became super disciplined. Because he reduced noise and increased consistency. Clarity creates energy. Energy creates action. Action rebuilds confidence. And when confidence returns, laziness disappears on its own. The transformation that changes everything. Let me tell you about Emily. Emily believed she had a discipline problem. She would start learning spoken English, then stop. She would plan workout routines, then skip them. She would watch confidence-building videos, save motivational quotes, and promise herself that next week would be different. But every week ended the same way. Incomplete plans. Heavy guilt. Silent frustration. One day she stopped asking, "How do I become more disciplined?" and started asking, "Why do I feel mentally exhausted before I even start?" She realized she was trying to fix everything at once. Improve English. Lose weight. Learn digital skills. Read books. Wake up early. Be more confident. She was chasing 5 identities at the same time. Her brain was constantly switching focus. No wonder she felt tired. So, she did something simple but uncomfortable. She paused everything except one goal. For the next 30 days, her only focus was spoken English. 30 to 40 minutes daily. No perfect method. No comparison. No new productivity systems. Just daily speaking practice. The first week felt strange. She felt like she was not doing enough. She felt guilty for not working on other goals. But she continued. By the second week, something shifted. Her mind felt calmer. Fewer decisions. Less confusion. More clarity. By the third week, she noticed improvement in her speaking. Not dramatic, but visible. That small progress gave her confidence. After 1 month, she trusted herself more. Not because she transformed her entire life, but because she kept one promise consistently. 3 months later, her spoken English improved significantly. But the real transformation was internal. She no longer called herself lazy. She understood that her problem was overload, not weakness. When she eventually added fitness back into her routine, she did it slowly. One focus at a time. No chaos. No guilt. The change did not happen because she suddenly became highly motivated. It happened because she reduced mental noise. And that is the difference between forcing yourself and understanding yourself. If you have been silently calling yourself lazy, I want you to pause right now. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not behind in life. You are overloaded. Your brain has been carrying you many expectations, you many comparisons, and you many unfinished goals. Anyone would feel tired under that weight. The solution is not to push harder. The solution is to breathe, reduce, and focus. Stop attacking yourself for struggling. Start understanding why you are struggling. That one shift can change everything. Now I want you to do something important. In the comments, write one word. Overloaded or focused. If this video made you rethink the way you see yourself, then press the like button. It tells me you want more deep psychological content like this. Share this video with someone who keeps calling themselves lazy. They might need this message more than you know. Subscribe to the channel if you are serious about growth, not just motivation. Turn on the bell icon so you do not miss the next video. This is not about working harder. This is about thinking clearer. And that changes everything. Thank you for watching.